Hello everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone is feeling well and healthy and ready to get moving. For those who have come for the first time, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. My name is Lenadia and I'll be your yoga teacher for the next half hour or so. Today we are doing a water element flow. So we are coming in touch with our water aspect of ourselves. So as I said in last week's video, that we are all children of the earth, and therefore we all hold some qualities that the earth holds. Same comes for water. We are all made up of water and we're all subject to the effects of water. We all need water. And you are what you consume, right? I know they say you are what you eat, but you don't really eat water. So let's say we are what we consume. We consume, hopefully, a lot of water. And so, yes, we all have the qualities of water within us. The qualities of stillness and the qualities of movement. The qualities of flow, the qualities of crash, the qualities of adjustment, if I can say. As I'm sure you guys have heard, I think it was Bruce Lee who said, water is formless. Whatever you put water into, water becomes that. So if you put water into a glass, it becomes the glass. And this kind of adjustment isn't always so easy for many of us. But today we are coming back in touch with this element and with this aspect of us. So to remind ourselves that we are capable. It might not be easy, but we are capable of doing all of these things, of flowing, of crashing, of adapting. You might not be doing this in and around this time, but it is also Pisces season for those who keep track. So it's also water element season, if I can say. So please enjoy. As always, make sure you've got your blocks and straps. You may or may not need them, as with any practice. And yeah, if you don't have blocks, you can always replace them with books or pillows. Or with anything really that can give you a little bit of leverage. Sometimes you can even use a chair. And if you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a belt or anything that you can grab two ends of. All right, yeah, that's it. And I think let's get started. So today we're going to start off seated. You can place your hands in your lap or on your knees, wherever you like. You can also place them on your heart if you like. One on the heart, one on the belly, whatever feels comfortable for you. And as always, we're going to start off the same way we usually do, by centering ourselves. But today, in light of the water element, I'd like to invite you, if you feel comfortable doing this, if you wish to add some movement into this aspect of our practice. So as we know, water is always moving wherever we find it, or it's mostly moving wherever we find it, whether it be in the ocean, in a river, in a lake. Every now and then it's quite still, maybe if it's in a slow moving lake, or maybe in our glass, it's still. So you can embody either aspect in the centering practice. So either to be moving while we come into the present moment, or you can choose to be still as usual. Whatever you choose, we start off by becoming aware of our space, so as to bring the body and the mind into one space. The body is, of course, in this space, and the mind could be anywhere. But now we choose to bring it here, into this space, into this present moment. Forming gratitude or feeling gratitude for having this space, for having this time to yourself. Becoming comfortable in your space. And then bringing the mind into the body, and whether you're still, whether you're moving, just coming into the body, releasing and relaxing any unnecessary tension, checking through the jaw, checking that the shoulders are back and down, checking that the neck is not stiff, especially if you're moving, allowing the head to move with you, checking all through the back, allowing it to relax where we can. Of course, we still need our back muscles to help us stand erect or sit erect. Relaxing through the feet, through the hands, the arms, unless of course you've decided to hold a mudra here. Just coming into the body, and if you're moving, just feeling the fluidity in your movement, really feeling as we're channeling our water element. And then we can bring our attention to the breath, not forcing or changing anything just yet. Just being aware of the breath, how it moves through the body. And then we can start to take deeper breaths. As we inhale, we expand through the belly. And as we exhale, we pull the belly back in towards the spine. So to push the air out of the lungs. So that when we take our next inhale, we take in some fresh new air. If you're familiar with your Ujjayi breath, you can start with that. The Ujjayi breath is also sometimes referred to as the ocean breath. Sometimes it sounds like the ocean as you breathe in and out. So if you're deciding to use that form of breath, you can also use that to help you channel your water element. We're going to be doing a lot of fluid movement in this practice. There is also going to be some stillness, as water can be either fluid or still. But the truth is of the matter, I think at least, in nature, more often than not, when you find water, you find it moving. It may be moving slow, but it's usually moving. So today, that's what we're going to channel. All right. I want us all to start moving now, if you haven't already been moving. Just moving the torso side to side. And then let's release the head down and allow it to move back and forth, or side to side as well. Breathing. And then let's just allow it to swing side to side. Try to get your ear towards your opposite shoulder. And then let's bring the head up and back. Just allow it to move side to side again, looking up. And then let's come back up and let's relax. Let's windshield wipe the knees or the legs, releasing through the hips. Still embracing the breath here. And if you aren't already facing long ways on your mat, let's turn around to face long ways on our mat. And let's turn onto our backs. Let's hug those knees in. Sway side to side again. Giving yourself a little bit of a back massage. Taking some nice deep breaths. If you like, you can make some circles with the knees, if that's what you feel you'd like to do. Otherwise, just staying here side to side. And then if you'd like, I invite you to come back and forth on your back, rocking back and forth. And then we can use the momentum to rock ourselves forward, placing the hands on the mat, and let's step back into a plank and then roll the body up into our downward dog. Finding our hands firm on the floor or on the mat. Pressing the palms into the floor, let's walk the feet. Breathing. As always, you can do whatever movement you like here. You don't have to walk the feet. You could sway the hips side to side. You can move the head, you can move the arms. Whatever would make you more comfortable in your downward dog. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, you're breathing, taking those nice deep breaths. All right, let's come to stillness, pressing the heels towards the floor, pressing out of the shoulders, breathing. And let's do some rolls forwards and rolls backwards. So let's channel our ocean here. So inhale, coming forward, rounding the back, and as we exhale, we round, coming back up. All right, again, coming forward and back, and let's flow with it. Doing so in your own time. Engaging the core here. Breathing, strengthening through the arms, the core, the back. And let's come back into our downward dog, pushing out of the shoulders, palms pressing into the floor. Let's press the heels into the floor. Just take a breath. And then let's walk the feet up towards the hands, keeping the legs straight as long as possible. And then we find ourselves in our forward fold. And let's just grab onto the opposite elbows. Let's sway side to side here. Breathing. Relaxing the head. And then grab your block if you can't reach the floor. And then let's come onto the left side and just hold it here for a while. So you'll either have your hands or your fingertips on the floor, or you can be up on your block here. Just holding the stretch, feeling the stretch. You can bend through the left leg if you like. Increase the stretch through the right leg. And then we also want to feel a bit of a stretch through the right torso. Breathing. And then let's come all the way to the other side. Come along with your block if you need to. Breathing here. And then you can bend that right leg if you like. Breathing, feel the stretch through the torso. Taking some nice deep breaths. And let's come back to center. Let's just sway a few more times here. And then let's roll the spine coming up, and arms come all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Let's take a few breaths here. And then we're going to step our feet all the way out. So a nice comfortable distance between the feet. Usually I would say let's bring the toes inward a little bit to pigeon toe the feet. But today we're going to have the outsides of the feet parallel to the sides of the mat. So our feet are straight. Let's clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, let's come all the way down. The chest is leading. And let's bring the arms over. Grab onto those hands. Keep the palms of the hands close to one another. Let's breathe. Feel the stretch through the shoulders. Feel the stretch through the inner thighs. If you'd like to move side to side with the arms, you can do so. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then let's inhale, come up halfway. So just straightening the back, bringing the torso parallel to the floor. Let's release the hands, bring them down to the mat and in line with the heels of the feet. So the heels of the hands in line with the heels of the feet. Let's just sway a little bit. And then let's bring the arms forward. And then you can choose here either to have your hands supporting you while we do the next movement, or if you'd like to strengthen and challenge yourself, your hands will come up off the floor. And we bend through the right leg. We bend through the left leg. So either you've got your arms supporting you or not. So we're just bending one leg at a time here. Channel your water here. Allowing the movement to be fluid. Breathing. You could even bring your chest up a little bit. Bring your hands to your heart if you choose not to have your hands on the floor. Breathing. And then let's come to a stop on the left leg, and let's bring the heel of the foot onto the mat and bring the toes up off the floor, coming into our half squat. Breathing. We can look up. And here you'll still have your hands supporting you if you need to, or you have your hands at your heart. If you'd like to come into a bind, you can. Breathe. If you've come into your bind, let's let go and frame the foot. Let's turn the body around, come into a low lunge. Breathe here. Just sway side to side for just 2 seconds. And then let's heel toe the foot to the outside of the hand. And now we come into our lizard pose. And then here, let's just sway side to side. Allow the knee to come out as much as it can. Breathing. You can come down onto your elbows if you like, or stay up on your hands. If you'd like to progress to eventually come down onto the elbows, this is also where you could use your blocks. You would have them here underneath the arms as you eventually try to come down. Or you can come down onto one elbow and one hand if you don't want to use a block. And just breathing. All right, inhale. And then let's straighten the front leg. So we're coming into a variation of our half split. Usually we'd have our foot in between the hands, but today we have the foot on the outside of the hands. If you need your blocks here to help you sit up straight, you can use them. And then I want you to move your foot side to side. So turning it inward and then turning it outward. Feel how the stretch feels on the leg And initiate the movement of the foot moving side to side all the way from the hip socket. Feel the entire leg turning. Breathing. Taking some deep breaths. And then let's come back to stillness. Come back forward into our lizard and let's just tuck the back toes. You can sway side to side one last time in your lizard. And then let's heel toe the feet back in between the hands. And then we're going to turn onto the outside edge of the back foot and the outside edge of the front foot into our reverse half squat. So you should feel quite a deep stretch coming into the glute area here from the thigh. Straightening through that back leg. The arm comes behind you. Breathing. Supporting yourself with that bottom arm. Inhale, let's straighten the arm, lift the body up a little bit, and exhale, come back down. Breathing. And then we're going to come all the way full circle back to where we started here on the floor into our half squat, and let's come all the way to the other side. And then we just hold it here first. So wherever you are, whether your hands are on the floor, at your heart, or in a bind, let's just breathe, looking up. Feel the nice stretch through the inner thighs, flexing through the foot of the straightened leg. Breathing. And then let's place the hands down, turn around. Come into our low lunge and just sway side to side a little bit here before we move into our lizard pose. All right, let's heel toe the foot to the outside of the hand. Continue to sway side to side, and then now we can incorporate the knee as well, allowing the knee to open and close as we sway. Breathing. And then let's come to stillness with the foot. Inhale, and let's push back into our half split variation. Just holding it here first, breathing, and then let's move the foot side to side. Initiating the movement all the way from the hip, feeling the entire leg moving. And of course we breathe. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then let's bring the foot back to stillness, come all the way forward. Tuck those back toes, lift up the back leg, hold, or you can sway through your lizard pose. And then let's heel to the foot to the inside of the hands once again, and then we're going to turn. So the front and the back foot come onto their outside edge, and the hand comes behind us. Breathing. Feel the stretch coming through the glutes. From the thigh. Feel that bottom leg supporting you. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale, we come down. Breathing. And we come all the way around, back into our half squat. And let's come all the way back up into our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down to your heart on your exhale. Let's turn this front leg and step all the way forward again. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, let's come up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump the feet back into your plank. Inhale, up here. Exhale, let's come down through our version of choice, chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. And let's all come into a cobra. So we release the knees onto the floor. Push up and out of the shoulders. And let's turn, look towards the one foot. Look towards the other foot. And again, first foot. And the other foot. And let's release ourselves onto the floor. Let's take a breath here. Straighten out your left arm. And then we're going to bend through the right leg. Bring the right foot, right knee up off the floor. And we're going to turn all the way around and bring the right foot onto the floor behind us. And let's just relax here. Here we should be feeling a stretch through the shoulder, through the front of the shoulder, coming into the pectoral muscles. Breathing. You can use the other hand to really push yourself away from the floor so we increase the stretch. Breathing. And let's open up through the hip as well. So we pull the knee away from the body. Imagine you could turn your foot onto its outside edge here. Or you can attempt to do that. So to pull the knee away. Breathe here. Taking some nice deep breaths. One more breath. And let's turn all the way back onto the mat. And then we straighten out the other arm. And we do the same thing. So now we're straightening out the right arm. We bend at the left knee. Pull the knee up off the floor as much as we can. And we turn all the way around. Having that right hand on the floor supporting us. Having that left arm, left hand on the floor supporting us. Breathing. Opening up through that knee. And let's come all the way back onto our bellies. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, push ourselves up onto our knees and sit back into our child's pose. Really stretch those fingers forward, big toes touching, and we drawing the bum down towards the heels. Breathing. And let's bring our left arm underneath the body. And just breathe here. If you'd like to go into a more intense version of this, you'll lay your body flat on the ground on top of the arm. So just doing a bit of a counter stretch, stretching the opposite end of the shoulder. And let's bring it out. And we bring the right arm underneath. And we breathe. let's bring the arm out. Roll yourself forward and then come down onto your back, however you like. So we can come into our Shavasana. So finding yourself comfortable here. Wherever you are, you can choose your Shavasana with your legs straightened, or the feet together, the soles of the feet together, or the feet on the floor and the knees resting together. If you've got your legs straightened, let's make sure the feet are laying open. All of us have our palms facing up, shoulders away from the ears, and we lift up the head slightly, bring the chin in, and relax the head back down. And we just release. And surrender to the ground. Scanning through the body, releasing and relaxing through each and every single little part of the body. And once you've done your scan through the body, once again simply surrendering. And now that we have the body relaxed, we can relax through the mind. And we do so by focusing on the present moment. And in this present moment, all that we are doing is laying on the floor and breathing. So we draw our attention just to the breath. Feeling the air move in and out of the nostrils. Feeling as the belly rises and falls with each breath. And if you find that the mind wanders away from the breath, simply acknowledging that the mind has wandered and gently bringing it back to the breath. If you'd like to stay here for longer, please hit pause. Waking up with me now, starting to wiggle through the fingers and the toes, flopping the feet side to side, flopping the head side to side. And whenever you're ready, bringing up the knees, we turn over onto one side and we gently push ourselves up to seated. Give yourself a moment here. Just observe how you feel. bring the hands to the sides. We inhale, bring the arms up, lengthening through the sides of the body. Exhale, the hands come down to the heart. And again, inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands coming all the way down to the heart. And one last time, inhale, coming up. Big breath. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Take some time to reflect back on the intention that you may have set, and to thank yourself for dedicating this time to your mind and to your body. And I thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys were able to channel your water element and just flow with me. You know, it could have been something that was really internal, introspective, or it could have been just something that you enjoyed, something in which you felt like you just needed to release. So I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, remember, you can always come back to flows if you feel you want to come back to the feeling, or if you feel you need something similar. If you have any specific requests or suggestions or questions, please don't be shy to contact me. My details are at the bottom of the description below. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week ahead, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.